Welcome, Thursday Night Football. We're already in week 8 of Thursday Night Football. This is the NFL. This is the time that you go get your nachos and your jalapenos. I'm talking about some real-time football here, guys. Joe, what's going on in the house over there, your neck of the woods, my friend?
John, you know I'm always doing fantastic, man. I'm excited for today's matchup, and I'm excited for this weekend's matchups. Tune in, guys. It's going to be a great day of NFL football.
Yes, sir. I'm excited to do. We also got something going on. Exciting news today, Joe. You're aware of this?
I am aware of it, John.
Exciting news we have today, guys. We're launching the NBA talk show. Joe and I have been talking about this for a while. I tried to bring it to you guys last year. Here we are this year. So directly after this, right when we end this show, we're going right in to the NBA show. I mean, you guys are going to like this. You guys are going to like this stuff, okay? Right when we end this show, we go right into that. So stay tuned on that one, guys. Joe, you excited about that?
Ready, baby. Shoot some hoops. I'm ready to talk some basketball.
That's what it's all about, man. And so we're going to be bringing that to you. So, Joe, a little bit about maybe what happened here, some shocking things that may have happened in this week 7 of football before we get into any of this fantasy stuff here. What shocked you the most?
Well, hey, let's talk about some breaking news here. Look, the Patriots are going after some wide receivers that Brady needs. They just got Mohamed Sanu, a solid wide receiver who also can play some quarterback as well. They just got rid of Michael Bennett. So that's some exciting news for the Patriots.
That it. I mean, right when you're thinking the Patriots, as good as they are right now, and now they're going to get better, Joe? I mean, the Patriots are going to be better?
Well, the thing is, Josh Gordon's gone, John, so I don't know if they'll be better with Sanu because Josh Gordon is a very talented wide receiver, but they're getting some talent on that team.
I mean, they are. They do have some tough games coming up. So this first part of their season, okay, but it's coming up to where it's going to be tough. And I know it's going to be a lot tougher for them in the second half of the season than it has been in that first half of the season. So, I mean, hey, they've got some tough road coming up on them, Joe.
Yeah, they do. They're playing a tough game this weekend, John. They're playing the Cleveland Browns, and, you know, the Cleveland Browns are getting it together. Baker and Odell's chemistry is looking good. Jarvis is looking good. You know, the offensive schemes that they're using, the Cleveland Browns are looking really good right now. So the Patriots are in for a big matchup.
They are in for a big matchup. Joe, what did you think coming off of the mono and having a huge week? And then Sammy, I'm going to call him Sammy, okay? Sammy, not Davis Darnold. Whoa, my man's seeing ghosts, Joe.
Yeah, he's seeing ghosts, man. I'm telling you, that Patriots defense is no joke. Definitely a top 3 defense in the NFL. Well, actually, number 1 defense in the NFL, ranking-wise. So, Sam Darnold was definitely seeing ghosts, and Bill Belichick took it to him. That mind of Bill Belichick is amazing. Defensive mind, Patriots are looking great.
Did you see Bill Belichick playing around with the Jets coach and all that whole little drama that went on and the smirking on the face of Belichick? I mean, it was something else, Joe. Just watching that whole thing develop in the way that it was going was really something else.
Yeah, that was hilarious when Jets declined the penalty and he's just smirking on the sideline like, wow, he probably thinks I'm such a genius. You know what I'm saying?
You know he's thinking that the whole damn time.
Oh, yeah.
So I tell you what we're going to do here. I want to remind everybody of something that's happening. Guess who made it back to the show? Murphman made it back to the show. He made his picks for this evening's game. and we're going to take a look at those picks here very soon. Guys, when Murphman makes a pick, you don't just look at it as some this is not just a dog making a pick. Anyway, guys, if you're on Facebook, just as you see it spelled right there in front of you, Murphman, type in Murphman and follow him. Why? Joe, because he's bad to the bone, Joe.
Hey, this is probably the smartest dog I've ever met, and he picks them right, John.
He does pick them right. All right, speaking of picking them right, Joe, we're going to jump right in to this week's fantasy picks. Not more this week, guys. What we're going to jump into is if you guys are doing anything with the game tonight, especially DraftKings or anything, we're doing that game for you right now. Let's go into our fantasy segment. That's right, guys. It's a fantasy. Your fantasy is as good as anybody else's fantasy. Ain't that right, Joe?
Yes, sir.
No, yeah. That is right, guys. Welcome to the fantasy segment. And guys, look, hey, check this out. The Redskins are going into Minnesota. And everybody's like, oh, no. Yeah, you should be saying, oh, no, Joe.
I would be saying, oh, no, I'll tell you that. I mean, you might as well just start this whole Minnesota Vikings team. I mean, I think Dalvin Cook's, he's going to have a great game. I think Stephon Diggs is going to have a great game. And I think Adam Thielen's going to have a great game. So those are the three weapons that I would start.
I mean, you're right on that. You might as well stack the Vikings team. Now, here's the thing. It's kind of crazy about it, though, is that as far as defense goes in stopping the pass, the Redskins are a little better at stopping the pass than the Vikings are right now. So there is some opportunities, but it just really comes down to, Joe, who's passing the ball for the Redskins?
Yeah, Case Keenum's passing the ball for the Redskins, but I think that Dwayne Haskins should be getting the start. I thought he was going to be getting the start sooner than week 8, and I think the coaching staff needs to put Dwayne Haskins in. I mean, you're 1-6. I think you got to start the rookie.
So are you sure that he's actually not getting the start? I mean, are you sure on that?
Well, I'm not sure, but I mean, we have to see. I think it's a game time decision. So I hope he does get the start, though.
Yeah, because, I mean, but didn't we already see that movie?
A little bit, but I think I want to see him get more reps.
Well, what happened in that movie when we seen it? I mean, I know what you mean, Joe. You're saying you want to see him get more reps, and I do too. I mean, you drafted the guy, right? So, I mean, that's what we want to see, right?
Yeah, I think he threw an interception, but he didn't do terrible. He did decent. I'd like to see him get a few more reps in with the first team.
Right, and I'm with you on that. You want to see this guy get a few reps in there. So I mean, but Joe, who are they going to? I mean, who are the Redskins going to go to with the ball? That's what I want to know. Who are they going to go to?
Oh, they mostly run the ball, to be honest, with Darius Geis. To be honest, I'm not even sure who their wide receivers are. That's how much they are irrelevant. I mean, yeah, they don't really have many good receivers. So they have fast receivers, but receivers in the world.
Wow, that was an audio problem, guys. If you had your TV turned up loud,
that was an earthquake.
I had a major audio problem. Sorry to hit you with that audio problem, but anyway, Joe, I'm sorry. Can you go back to what you were saying there?
Yeah, so the Washington Redskins, they mostly run the ball. The receivers, they're fast receivers, but they're not top receivers in the NFL. So, they're Case Keenum doesn't really have many options to go to.
But somebody's got to get the ball. I mean, somebody's going to have to get the ball. I'm just looking at it like this as far as a drafting type thing, Joe.
Right.
I'm looking at it as a drafting type thing.
I'll take one. Okay, so the rookie, man, Terry McLaurin, he's a great receiver, man. He came out of college. He did really well in college. I would start him. He's getting the bulk of the receptions. So that's the one guy, and I emphasis on the one guy I would start on the Washington Redskins.
The Washington Redskins. So, aside from that, Joe, aside from who that one guy is, and what's his name again?
Terry McLaurin.
Terry McLaurin. Aside from that guy, I know they had some injuries and there is some people potentially coming back, but aside from that, you're right, Joe. I mean, it's scary.
Yeah.
So if you're going to do something like with me, particularly, I'm stacking hardcore, okay? I'm stacking hardcore. Thielen's out, right?
Oh, you're right. Thielen is out.
All right, so definitely you got Diggs right there that you want, okay?
Definitely Diggs.
But so in the DraftKings, in the way that I'm playing it, my captain, who I get not just I get a point and a half for everything happening, okay? So you get them almost 2 times the points. But I got the captain on mine. Who do you think I got as captain?
Diggs.
Delvin Cook, my friend.
Oh, and Dalvin Cook. Look, I think Dalvin Cook and Stephon Diggs are going to have huge games, especially with Adam Thielen out. So I know you love Dalvin Cook, John.
I mean, I just watched him from college. I watched a lot of him in college. And I just knew that he was a hard runner.
Yep.
A hard worker. And he loved pounding the ball. And he also had hands. And he had turn the corner speed. And when I seen that and liked him, and then I just thought it was just such a drag when he came out his rookie year in the first game, he blows his knee out, and I was like, oh no, man, another good talent potentially gone. But look at him come back, man. Look at this guy come back and what he's doing for himself.
Definitely the comeback player of the year, John. I mean, blows out his knee. He's scoring so many touchdowns, getting so many rush yards, and he's bringing the Vikings team to a playoff contender, so they're doing very well.
Producer Dave, how's it going in the back there?
Hey guys, is my mic working today?
Your mic's working, man. You're loud and clear.
Awesome.
How's it going? We got anybody on the platforms, Dave?
No, today's kind of slow, I guess. They're coming in slowly.
Okay.
We're missing a couple of...
We got the Leap Alive platform, we got the Sports Static platform, and we got the YouTube platform going.
YouTube and Facebook pages.
That's a good the stuff
nicely.
that we do. All right, Joe. Early prognosis in this game before we dive fully into the picks you're suggesting. I know what you're going to say right now. You're going to say, wow, the Vikings are going to kill. They're going to kill the Skins.
Yes, unfortunately for the Redskins, I think the Vikings are going to, blow them out. I mean, just like how I said the Patriots and the Jets, I believe it'll be a blowout. I don't see much offensively from the Redskins. I think the Vikings defense is very good. The Redskins defense is, it's getting better. You said the pass defense is good. However, I think the Vikings are going to blow them out the water.
Did you really see that Jets game going the way that it did? Did you think it was going to be that bad?
Yes.
I mean, a shutout we're talking about. Even after what you saw with Darnold the week before, where he had a good game, and he's put together now some good games. This guy, he's not a rookie anymore.
It's real different when you're going against Bill Belichick. It's just like, it's totally different.
Well, it depends on what year we're talking about. Last year, I watched the Lions. I watched the Miami Dolphins.
Okay.
I've watched teams like that beat them last year.
You're right, but I think those... Well, not Miami, but the Lions have a lot more talent than the Redskins. So, but I just think the Patriots are such a talented team that they're so hard to beat. And Sam Darnold, look, he's a rookie and he made rookie mistakes and he was seeing ghosts, John. He was seeing ghosts.
I feel bad, and I wish that somebody would come out and clarify it, because at first I was thinking, okay, you know what? He's calling a free safety or one of the DBs. He's calling him a ghost, okay? And that's the code name. Ghost, 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 Richie, Louie, ghost, And so I was thinking that, but he was just seeing things, I guess, Joe, because they didn't come back out and re-clarify that or anything like that.
Yeah, he was seeing things. I mean, Bill Belichick is a defensive guru. So
Yes.
he was doing man against him, 3-4 zone, 4-3 zone. I mean,
Right.
blitzing. I mean, Sam Darnold, he didn't know what to do, to be honest.
I felt
and
bad.
I felt bad for him too, and the ghosts got him.
The ghost did get him. I'll tell you what happened in that game to me. Okay? I had $2,000 cash
Oh,
from a
gee.
pool I'm in my pocket. In my pocket. The Jets had to have a 0 at the end of the score.
No.
The Patriots had to have a 1 at the end of the score. And then guess what happened?
Well, the Jets had 0.
And then
Yeah, they.
there was a freaking safety.
Oh, right.
And the
Oh,
Patriots
man.
ended up with 33.
That's what happens with you, John. You always lose.
No,
you know?
actually, last year I won I always win. It's just
Nah.
win. Now here's the thing, Joe.
Like barely.
Nobody won that. So that pool rolls over to $2,500 Monday, my friend.
Oh my.
So they're just hanging on to my money for me at this point. That's
You're right.
all.
Yep.
I mean, I'm not getting interest, but I'm interested.
Oh, I'll tell you what, interest will kill you.
Hey, if it's on my side, it'll help me. But I'm interested, and that's my interest. I have a lot of interest in that $2,500, Joe.
Yeah, you're right.
A safety, Joe.
A safety.
A damn safety. I'm sitting there.
That's
I
embarrassing.
could smell greenbacks. You know what money smells like.
Yeah, it smells good.
Those guys with the funny hair on that green piece of paper smell.
Yeah.
And I could smell the greenbacks, Joe.
It's a smell that you just can't describe, you know? Oh, wow.
It is a smell that
you just
can't-
fart, John. Was
No,
that Murph Man that
that's
farted?
Murph
Murph Man
Man
farted?
is on the set, and when Murph Man's on the set, you don't know
Gee.
what you're gonna get. Man, I had something set up for you guys ready to go, and now I can't find it.
Hey guys, Ian is in the house.
Ian
In the house, Joe.
Ian's
say
in the
hello to
house.
Ian, while I figure out what's going on.
Ian, how you doing, man? Your Steelers are going against the worst team in the NFL. How do you feel about it, man? The Miami Dolphins. Ah, jeez.
The Miami Dolphins.
Please don't make this an upset. I don't think it will be, but I think the Steelers crush them, Ian. I really believe it.
All right, so check it out, guys. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to enter a contest, okay, in DraftKings. All right. Let me get this set up here because I want you guys to be with me on this so you guys can see what I'm doing. Boom. Boom. Okay, so let me just go ahead and bring this up for you guys here. Check it out. DraftKings, okay? First and foremost, like I told you guys right here, okay? Delvin Cook. Guys, I'm wanting Delvin Cook, okay? His last game, dude, he was given the ball 25 times
Yeah,
for
wow.
142 yards. Joe, did you hear that?
That's ridiculous.
142 yards, Joe. Okay, he averaged 5.7 yards. Okay, his long was 23. He had 2 TDs, I said, Joe.
And then he had 4 the previous week. I mean, this guy.
Yes, the previous week, you're right, Joe. He
Yeah.
had 4. The previous week, he had
So-
4. So, anyway, his points last week were 30. So, guys, if you want to know why right away in my little captain position here, okay, where I'm going to get 1.5 for everything he does, yes, he's at 19 grand, okay? That's why I'm taking him right now, guys. I'm taking him, and why is he that much? He's that much because he's costing more when you put him in that position. So, you know what I mean, Joe.
Right.
So,
but
Joe-
he's a great captain.
So right away, Joe, when you look at this,
Yep.
okay, when you're looking at that, we see Thielen right here. He's out. Look who's right underneath him. Diggs.
Yep.
Mr. Diggs. 7 receptions last week for 143
Wow. Yep.
yards. He averaged 20.4. Okay? 24 points he finished with. Can you see why Diggs is going on the board right now?
Definitely.
Can you see it, Joe?
Hey, look, Diggs is an amazing receiver, and guess what? He went to the front office and he said, I want the ball more. The previous game, he gets 4 touchdowns. Great last game. I think he's going to have a big game this week.
So, guys, look. Yeah, I am. I'm taking Diggs. And what am I going to do? I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to stack them. So right here, let's just go Diggs, and let's hit the plus button. Let's bring Diggs right over there. All right, now, you know what we're going to have to do here. We're going to have to get Cousins over here. Now, Joe, I gotta say, we might as well stack him and bring Cousins over, right?
I'm saying you might as well play all the Minnesota Vikings.
Let's play all Minnesota Vikings here, guys. So, here we go. I'm right over here, but the thing is, Joe, am I going to run out of money, okay? Right now,
Yeah.
I only got $7,500 left, and I got 3 players. I mean, I got 3 players left to pick, Joe, and I got $7,500.
Yeah, I mean, how much is McLaurin?
Well, Joe, let's go right over here and check this out. Scrolling,
He's probably cheap.
scrolling. That's how you know when you're going to be cheap, when you start going. And I don't even see him on here, Joe.
Maybe search him.
Yeah, but if he's not on this draft for me, right?
Oh, right there. I see
Oh,
him.
there he is. Oh, man, dude, he's 9,200. I can't even
wow.
afford him. And I got 3 picks to make, I said, Joe.
Wow.
I mean, Joe, I can't even afford him, and I got 3 picks. You see what I did already?
Maybe
You know
go-
why that happened? That happened right away when
go
I put
Peterson,
that captain
man.
up there.
You
As
still got AP.
huh?
AP.
Adrian Peterson is $5,600.
Man.
I gotta come way down here. Let me get everybody back up here. Hey, Dave, we got anybody talking?
Nope. Nobody so far. I'm sorry. I'm
Ian.
eating cookies.
Ian, what are you doing? Are you cooking or what? I mean, what are you making that appetizer for the game, Ian? Talk to me, Ian. What are you doing? Let's see.
Maybe
here.
Laquan Treadwell, John.
Treadwell, wide receiver. I'm thinking kind of that I was thinking about that I want to get a tight end, okay, from Washington. But do I got any tight ends from Minnesota?
Yeah.
I got this Smith Jr. He's $4,800. That's still kind of high for me, Joe.
Man, you got to go real low now.
I know, but maybe I should just get. I'm not going to do that. I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I am going to bring in some Washington guys. It's the only way to do this right now, okay? Let's check out Trey Quinn. His last game,
One
he had
reception.
2 receptions,
Oh,
Joe. Joe, did you see this guy?
I didn't see him, but
It ain't going to work.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
It ain't gonna work, okay? Maybe we need a kicker for Washington at $3,000. What do you think about that?
How much is the Vikings kicker? Okay, I feel like they'll score a lot of points.
Oh, let's see here. Moving right along. Vikings kicker. He's $4,000.
Jeez.
I know, he's $4,000. I'm not even going kickers. Oh, jeez. I don't know. Well, you know what happens, Joe? This is what happens. This is what happens when you take somebody like Delvin Cook in that top spot. So what I'm probably going to have to do is I'm going to have to switch it up with him in that spot. But as of right now, let's just play with it a little bit, all right? Let's go ahead and just play with it. Let's take Peterson, okay? Let's put Peterson in there. All right, guys, check it out. So I put Peterson in there. That leaves me
I
with
like that.
$1,900, okay? So there's 2 more people for me to pick with $1,900, right? Let's just see here. Here's a wide receiver for Washington, right?
Yep.
Minnesota wide receiver. Watch, that would be hilarious. I don't even got enough for that.
Yeah, Laquan Treadwell would be nice, but you got a low budget here, John.
I do got a low budget. I mean,
Abdullah?
check this guy out. CJ Ham.
Oh, CJ Ham's not bad.
No,
He's
but what's he gonna see, right?
some ham. He wants to eat some ham.
He's gonna see some ham. Let's see. What do we need here? The Redskins defense ain't gonna do nothing. All right, we're gonna put in. Can't do that. Jesus, I'm like really.
You might
out.
have to drop somebody, John.
No, I'm not gonna.
All right.
I got $900 left. Okay, and I'm gonna take the running back Reynolds.
Okay.
Okay.
Watch him
Adrian
on.
Peterson had a sore knee.
Oh, so that's probably a good pick, man.
All right, so look, I ended up with $700 left, guys. $700. I'm going to enter this right now. Enter it. Boom.
Boom.
And there it goes.
Boom.
All right. Anyway. Boom. All
I
right,
like
Joe.
that team, man. I like it.
Joe, you know what? It's the thing is, it's just those top 3 guys I took and win the whole thing for me.
Yeah, exactly.
And who knows, right?
I think they win the whole thing for you. I just think they go off. I think Diggs and Norman, that matchup's going to be fun to watch. But I think Norman, as I said in the beginning of the year, John, I said I think he's a little overrated and a little overpaid as well. I think Diggs burns him.
Okay, Dave, what's going on in the back room, my friend? Producer Dave.
Oh, not much. I think we're gonna get a special guest tonight.
Oh,
Really?
who? Oh, I can't wait to see who that is.
I'm
All right.
trying to figure it out if we can FaceTime in or just a call.
All right, let me know. Joe, I'm going to you. And Joe, what I want you to do for me, my friend, I want you to talk with the other fantasy players out there, Joe, that may not be doing DraftKings, and kind of help them out with some sit-em or stardoms, Joe.
All right, guys. Some cinema starters. Look, guys. I'm looking down the line here, and I'm seeing the Giants versus the Lions. I'm starting Matthew Stafford all day against the New York Giants. Let me see. Is Kerryon Johnson? Yep, Kerryon Johnson's playing. I know he was a little injured, but I'm starting Kerryon Johnson as well. And guess what, guys? I'm starting Saquon Barkley. And against this Lions defense is good, man. I'm sitting Danny Dimes. I know what you're saying. Danny throws dimes, but I'm telling you, I'm sitting him. I don't want to. He's going to be throwing some interceptions. I'm telling you, he had a tough game last game, so I'm sitting Danny Dimes.
Wow.
Yep, I'm sitting him.
Danny Dimes. I like it. What else you got for us, Joe?
All right, man. I'm looking
What
at
about tonight? Just stick on tonight.
Tonight? All right, tonight. Look, guys, as I said, actually a sleeper pick, I'll tell you right now.
Give me the sleeper pick.
John Doxson, man. Wide receiver for the Washington Redskins.
The sleeping beauty pick.
Yep. There he is. There's
Yes.
Doxson.
Go ahead,
sleeping.
Joe.
Look, man, he is a sleeping beauty tonight. He's a fast guy. He won't, maybe don't start him in PPR. I wouldn't start him in PPR, but in regular, because sometimes he gets those streaks for a touchdown. So maybe if you don't have much money in DraftKings, pick up a John Doxson. So the starters, as we said, I'd start the whole Minnesota team. I'd start Kyle Rudolph as well. We didn't mention Kyle Rudolph. Kyle Rudolph's a good player, man. He gets a lot of yards after catch. So definitely start that whole Minnesota offense. Yeah, so what else you want to do? Yep, there it is, right there, right down there, Redskins, Vikings.
Oh. Sorry about that, guys. Little bit of a technical problem there, Joe. So, Joe, you're just saying stay away
Yeah.
from Redskins.
Look, the only guy that I personally would start on the Redskins is McLaurin. That's the only guy I would start on the Redskins. The rest of the Redskins guys I would stay away from, and the Vikings guys are a must start.
The Viking guys are a must-start. Producer Dave, how's it going over there?
Pretty good, doing pretty good. So far, so good.
Good to hear. So, was there something we were going to get with a guest or something like that?
I'm trying to see if we can get a guest to actually FaceTime in. So I'm trying to figure that out. He may just call. So I guess I'll let you know. As soon
You're
as
going to get a guest
get
to
more info.
FaceTime in? Okay, well, you know what we can do? I'm actually looking for something right now, guys. Joe, what I want you to do for me, bud, while I'm looking for this, Joe, my friend, who is going to have the game ball, Joe? Who is going to have the game ball, Joe?
I think you already know this one. Dalvin Cook's going to get the game ball tonight. I think the score is going to be I think the score for the Minnesota Vikings is going to be so high that they're going to run the ball a lot to run the timeout. Dalvin Cook's going to get a lot of volume tonight. Probably going to get 2 or 3 touchdowns, I would expect. And I believe Dalvin Cook gets the game ball, and he signs the game ball, and he chucks it into the stands, and one beautiful girl's gonna get that, and once she gets that, they're gonna go on a steak dinner date, and that might be Dalvin's wife.
It might be Dalvin's wife that does that. Really?
Really?
Wow, that's pretty awesome, man. That is a really, really, really good little segment there. So it might be Dalvin Cook's wife.
Hey man, it might be. She'll be Mrs. Cook for the night.
Guys, we are going to go into the segment right now that we haven't showed you guys in quite some time, but he is back. I'm going to go now, right away, to the Murph Man pick of the week, guys. Here comes the Murph Man pick of the week. Bear with me, guys. Here he is, Murph Man pick of the week. Okay, so here we go, guys. Thursday night football. We got the Washington Redskins, Murphy, at the Minnesota Vikings. Okay, which one are you going to take here? You ready? We're going to mix them up. And the mix. Pay attention, guys, and the mix. Oh, where'd they go? The mix. Okay, you're going to make your pick. Look how smart that guy is. Watch. Come on up there, play the piano. Play the piano. Go ahead, play the piano and sing. Sing for us. Okay, this guy plays the piano, I said, Joe. Little mix up.
He is a musician.
Now watch him. He's going to make his pick. Loves the camera.
And come over, make your pick, Murph.
I'm telling you, follow it, guys. If you did follow, you get to see which cup he's going to hit. There's the team he wants.
What did he get? Oh, he took the
Minnesota Vikings, guys.
Guys, he took the Minnesota Vikings.
There it is, guys. And Murph Man takes the Minnesota Vikings as his winner today. Joe, that's the first time you've got to see Murph Man.
Hey, Murph Man is a man of many traits.
He is.
He can sing, he can play the piano, he can make the right pick.
He does. Plays the piano, makes the right pick. Last season, Murph was like 14-2 on his picks, guys.
Yep.
It's no BS about it. The guy makes some crazy picks. I mean, he's over here. I mean, seriously, he's here right now. I'm talking about him, and he just comes right up here on me. What do you think, Murph? Huh? You took it. Oh boy, can you sing for everybody? Huh? Tell them your name. What's your name? What's your name? Huh? Tell them. What's your name? Tell them. Guys, look at him. This is a classic dog. He'll be making the picks every week now, right, Murph? Tell him. Tell him. Look how tired he is, though.
Yeah, he's tired, man.
All right, Murph. We'll see you, okay? Your mom's gonna come pick you up pretty soon. Murph's just in the studio on standby. That's all. All right, anyway. You guys got to see Murph Man make his pick. And he is a damn good pick guy. I mean, he is. Joe, at 8:30, we're reminding everybody, at 8:30, something amazing's happening here at 8:30, Joe. All right? What's happening at 8:30? The NBA show starts at 8:30, Joe. The NBA. Joe, I know you're excited about this, Joe.
I'm very excited about this, guys. This is the NBA crazy season last year. Big trades and huge different people going to different teams. So it's exciting, and there's some exciting matchups tonight.
There is some exciting matchups, and we're going to get to that very soon, guys. But I just wanted to remind you guys, right when we go off air here at 8:30, the NBA show starts. So be ready for that. Joe, let me get back out of this because I want to go into some of my other stuff. So, Joe, what I want to ask you, Joe, okay? What do you think? Here we are at this point, Joe. And what I want to know is, for you, Joe, what do you feel at this point? And this is the point of where we are, week 8. So we're in the middle of the season, Joe. I'm going to do something for you here, Joe.
Yep.
Okay? I'm going to pull up the hourglass, Joe.
Uh-huh.
Okay? Now, Joe, I want you to do something for me.
What's that, John?
I want you to look into the hourglass for me, Joe.
I'm looking in there. And you know what it looks
Joe,
like,
here
John?
we are, okay?
Yeah.
We're at week 8, Joe. At week 8, halfway through the season, Joe, I want you to look into this hourglass for me. And I gotta know, Joe. I gotta know. What do you see, Joe? What do you see, Joe? I want to know what you see as far as these teams this year. Who's going to be the winners, Joe?
You know what, John? I'm seeing 2 teams. One's on one cloud, one's on another cloud. One's eating jalapenos, one's eating nachos, and one of them's the bad man, John. The bad man. We know who that is. Aaron Rodgers.
Oh, no. You're seeing Aaron Rodgers.
I'm seeing Aaron Rodgers, but you know who else I'm seeing right behind him? Stafford. He's clawing at him. He's clawing at him. And the other guy I'm seeing, that old guy, TB12, Tom Brady, you know, he's always up there. He's in the kingdom of the NFL greats, and I see both of them, and I see both of them competing. Competing for what, you ask?
Yes.
A Super Bowl.
Wow, Joe. That's huge. I mean, that's huge, Joe.
It is huge.
Who are you seeing in the Super Bowl, Joe?
I'm seeing the New England Patriots, John. And John, the bad man, Aaron Rodgers and the Green Bay Packers.
Aaron Rodgers and the Green Bay Packers. Really?
Yeah. Yep.
Wow.
Look, John, I know I called the Rams, and look, the Rams are going to be playoff contenders with the addition of Jalen Ramsey, but I can't depend on Todd Gurley. I can't depend on him. His knees are shot. So I'm picking Aaron Rodgers.
Aaron Rodgers. Oh, man. All right, so Joe, you've got your Super Bowl picks in.
Hey, man, I'm just saying it how I see it, man. I'm taking the New England Patriots and the Green Bay Packers led by Aaron Rodgers.
I mean, that's pretty big, Joe. I mean, that's huge, man.
I know it's crazy with a rookie head coach, but I just think they have all the pieces. Number 1 receiver, number 1 running back in Aaron Jones. Rodgers is looking great. Their wide receivers are back. MVS is back. I mean, Jimmy Graham. The defense looks good. I'm taking the Packers.
I like it. I'll tell you this. It's hard for me to say, and to sit here right now and say, the Patriots aren't going to be in the mess of it. And I'll tell you what, Joe, I think that you looked in that hourglass and you got a crisp, clear signal of the future, because the way Aaron Rodgers is playing, the fun and enthusiasm that you see the Green Bay Packers having today is off the chart, man. They look like they're having a lot of fun. You see Aaron Rodgers last week? Did you see what that guy did, Joe?
Yeah, he threw 6 touchdown passes.
I think he threw 5 and ran one in.
Yep, 5 and ran one in. So
he threw 5 touchdown passes and ran one in, and I mean he got the game ball. Just a great game. What do we got here? We got Rainey saying hi. Ian, what in the world is Ian doing, Joe?
Ian, I don't know. Are you on the toilet, Ian?
Ian, what is going on with you today?
Ian.
And where is Dana with the capital D? We haven't seen her on the show either.
Yeah, Dana's not here either.
Producer Dave, are you keeping an eye on Leap Alive?
Yes.
And nothing on Leap Alive.
Nothing on Leap Alive.
They must be working late tonight, John.
So Dave, you got anything on the YouTube channel?
YouTube is quiet right now.
YouTube is quiet right now.
We have a few people watching, but nobody's asking or commenting. So.
Okay, so to Rainey, we say hi, and we'll put it out there. Boom, say hi. Dave, if you could put up there in the comments that we got a basketball show starting at 8:30 p.m. And we're just almost ready. We're 20 minutes outside of kickoff, not 10 minutes outside of kickoff. I think 8 minutes for the Thursday night game. So that's coming up quick. So with some of the game, I just want to run through a couple things right now. Joe, I got to tell you that I expected the Raiders to have a better game than they did. And it's you know why they didn't, Joe? Because Aaron Rodgers was so freaking good.
Yeah, that's what happens when you're going against Aaron Rodgers.
It is. And what do you think about that Chargers versus the Titans?
Oh, my God. This is a game that I should have got right, John. I mean, Melvin Gordon fumbles on the 1-yard line.
Yeah.
And they get 2 touchdowns reversed. Oh, man, it's a sad day to be a Chargers fan.
You know who took the Jets? That was G.
Oh,
the
G.
cheesehead guy, G. G took the Jets. Because he hates the Patriots so much. He took the Jets. I took the Cowboys, Joe.
You took the Cowboys.
I took
You
the Cowboys.
did take the Cowboys. You're right. And
I took the Cowboys alone.
I was disappointed in the Eagles. I don't know what's wrong with them. I mean, I thought they would have won that game, but Zeke looked like a monster. He ate all day. You saw him run over people.
Well, that's the thing. He was running hard, and that's what we were talking about on Sunday. We were talking about, look, you paid the guy the money, get him the ball, feed him. He's hungry, okay? The dude's hungry. Joe, we talked about it. He sneezed, and donut crumbs came out of his belly button. They showed it in slow motion because he wears that half shirt, Joe.
He does wear a half shirt.
And he had to jump up 3 sizes on his helmet, Joe.
Yeah, that guy's head.
I mean, my man's got a lid on him. I mean, that's a lid, Joe. Is it not a lid? I mean, that dude's got a lid.
Oh, man.
They got him in at 6'5", Joe. He's at 6'5".
Yeah, that head and the hair adds 5 inches to him.
Look, he is not going to be in concussion protocol. He figured it out when the rest of us haven't. They got these new age helmets. My man Zeke said, new age helmet, I can headbutt somebody with this lid. I ain't going up. My man has some hair now, does he not?
Yeah, I know. He looks like a Wookiee.
Well, I don't know even what that is. I just know
A
he's got
Wookiee?
no idea.
Star Wars, the Wookiee?
Oh, yeah. You know what? I've seen people say that about him before, and they put a picture right next to him before as well. I mean, so you're not alone on that one, Joe.
Hey, I know. I'm not alone. People see it. The guy's head weighs 70 pounds, John.
Yeah, I know. And now we already know what we saw the 49ers doing, so the 49ers are still looking sharp, Joe.
They are looking sharp, but I want everyone, to pump the brakes real quick.
You want me to pump the brakes on the... I'm not wanting to pump the brakes. They just picked up that new receiver, Joe. Who did they pick up?
Emmanuel Sanders. You're right.
They just got Emmanuel Sanders. So now they even got another target. And he's happy to be there, Joe. He is super happy to be there.
And that's a good pickup. But look at who they played. The best team they played was the Rams with Todd Gurley out. So I gotta see them play some good teams, and then I might get on the bandwagon.
I know, but I'm there.
You're there, John. Okay.
Man, as a kid, I used to love the Niners, man, as a kid. Joe Montana,
Oh, wow. Yeah, Jerry
Clark,
Rice.
Jerry Rice. It was just such fun. And who else did they have that was out? Ronnie Lott was out there.
Oh, my. The guy.
Laying people out. Ronnie Lott. You know Ronnie Lott had a finger taken off?
That's what I was just going to say,
playing
John.
football?
Yeah, and he still stayed in the game.
Hey, John, sorry.
Yep.
Are you able to bring my camera in?
I sure can. If you give me 1 second here, I'll go right over to you right now, and I will bring in Dave's computer.
I got a caller coming in.
Boom, boom, boom. Dave, are you on the network, and did you put the deal on?
There it is.
All right, Dave, I do have your camera, but I do not see your camera, Dave, so I don't know what's there. You are, Dave. There he is. Guys, look
There
at
he
this
is.
right now. Got a caller. Let's go right now in to this caller. The problem is, Dave, is doing it with your computer. We can't do it because your computer's not mic'd up.
Is it? I got the mic right next to it.
You got the mic right next to it? Okay. Where did he go? Where did he go?
Are you still here?
You're gone, though. Your computer again's gone.
Is it?
Yep. That is not going to work out. We had this problem last time with your computer, Dave. And I don't know why, but your computer does not like to keep the signal.
Tell him to call in.
And I'm telling you right now, that looked like the man in the gold jacket. How did he reach you, Dave?
FaceTime.
FaceTimed you? Your computer's back on now. And it's back off again.
Crap.
Yep. Okay, so he FaceTimed you, right?
Yes.
He should probably try to do that with me. Is the way to do that, because I've got the audio running straight in and everything. Joe, are you ready for this? We're having
I'm
a little
ready.
technical. We're having a little technical stuff going on here, Joe.
It's fine.
I know. It's a tough gig.
Facebook indirectly.
So if it, Dave, correct me if I'm wrong. That looked to me.
There he is.
There he is. That looked to me, like I said, the man in the gold jacket. Is that the man in the gold
I
jacket?
believe so.
Okay. And he's gone.
Ouch.
Dave,
Yes.
to help everybody out here, I promise you that you have to jump ship here and tell him to get my computer.
All right.
Otherwise, we're not going to be able to show people what we want to show them. So if we just jump ship and get him to come up on my computer, then we'll be all right.
All right.
Anyway, back to where we were.
Are you able to?
We want to get him on here, Joe.
Oh, definitely.
Okay, because the man in the gold jacket is something else. And I've been waiting for this guy to be on Sports Static for some time. So I'm very excited about that. So anyway, guys, I was going over some of these games, wasn't I, Joe?
You were.
Okay, so going over some of these games, Dave, he's either going to Skype or he is going to FaceTime me in. I can't hear you, Dave.
He's like he's gonna FaceTime you right now.
He's
Let's see
going to
if that works.
FaceTime me. Okay. I haven't really done the FaceTime, but I'll get it up. Okay, Joe. What other game surprised you, Joe? You had the Texans at the Colts, Joe.
That was, that was a good game. The Colts took that one. He's calling you?
Dave, is that you? That's me? Alrighty. Oh, I'm sorry, guys. This should have been planned out. Go ahead, Joe. Don't stop for me, bud.
All right.
You're on camera, bud. It's your show.
I know. All right. Well, yeah, it surprised me, man. I thought it was a close game, though. I thought Jacoby Brissett, man. I think Ian said that Jacoby Brissett, and he was the only one that took the Colts. So good on you, Ian. I mean, Jacoby Brissett, he looked good. He doesn't make many mistakes, and Marlon Mack looked good. with a running back one and an all-star running back like Marlon Mack, the Colts are going to be a very good team. Great offensive line. They protect Brissett. That's why Brissett does so well, because he gets great protection and solid defense. The Texans, I thought Deshaun Watson played well. I think we needed to see more from Hopkins. I think he played a decent game, but I think he could step it up a little more. The Colts pretty much just took time of possession away from the Texans, and ultimately the Colts took it. So the Colts are a good team, man, and we're gonna see them in the playoffs, and they could go far in the playoffs. I'm talking a divisional round.
And I agree with you, and it's so good to see Brissett come out there in the way that he is. Joe, I think we got this, and yes, absolutely we do. Check this out right here. Hello there, my friend. Is this the man in the gold jacket?
This is the man in the gold jacket. Tupac Shakur lives. Gracias. Sports Static John Lyons and the other guy.
The man in the gold jacket. What a pleasant surprise here, man. I have been waiting patiently, my friend, for you to join this Sports Static show. What do you got for us, man?
Brother, first of all, I just wanted to congratulate you guys on all the cool stuff you're doing on your show. You are now like nearly 70 episodes in, including last season. You guys are adding basketball fantasy to the mix. I think it's just great. I wanted to call in and be part of the party tonight because, you guys are taking this thing to the stratosphere and beyond, as suggested by your awesome fantasy graphic where the spaceship goes out.
Coming from you, I take that as a huge compliment, and I really appreciate it, man, because coming from you and watching all the stuff, guys, if you do not know the man in the gold jacket, you find him on Facebook, and Dave, you put that up there in the comments for us, because the man in the gold jacket painstakingly giving you guys stuff constantly that you'll never see anywhere else. And I say that with a lot of confidence, Mr. Gold Jacket. You deliver the content that you do not see anywhere else constantly. So we appreciate you.
Thank you. I work hard on it, so thank you very much.
And we appreciate it. I follow it strongly. If you guys do not follow the man in the gold jacket, you want to know strange facts you're not going to get anywhere else. You want to know some bizarre stuff you may not hear anywhere else. Get you to think about it and contemplate some of the things this guy in the gold jacket is throwing at you.
That's right, and we are both part of the Leap Alive network and proud to be.
Yes, sir. We are part of the Leap Alive network, and I'm ecstatic to be part of that with you. So, what else is going on, Mr. Man in the Gold Jacket? Will we see a new show coming out of you soon? Is this what this is all about here?
I have a special update for you, but
okay.
First, it's critically important I get some fantasy football advice from you guys.
Okay, fantasy. Joe, you hear this? He's got fantasy football advice. He's coming right at you, Joe.
I'm ready.
To me.
I'm ready.
Talk to me.
As you know, the man in the gold jacket is recently divorced, which means most of my discretionary income goes to my gambling addiction now.
Ouch.
So, right now I owe $35,000 to the Gambino crime family in Northeast Philadelphia. And I've decided that instead of taking the large amount of cash that I have that could pay off this debt and more, I'm going to let it ride on fantasy football.
God. Oh, God.
I like the way this guy rolls. I like the way this guy break out the cigars because you're going to need them, because you're going to get the advice. Joe, I'm telling you, not to put you under any pressure here, Joe, but the man in the gold jacket is putting his cojones He's putting the jewels on the line for you here, Joe. So, what are you looking for? Some fantasy info on the game tonight there?
Yes. I'm thinking my best strategy is to start Lawrence Taylor, Joe Montana. And some wild card, maybe a mascot. Am I allowed to play mascot?
Double the points.
In the fantasy league that you're playing, I kind of get it now. And I'm going to tell you right now, you can put Joe Montana in a skirt with a hula hoop if you want to. This is your fantasy.
And fantastical it is. Let's add some spicy extra jalapenos to that.
Bring the jalapenos on. Bring them on.
Also, I just wanted to say that, yes, Man in the Gold Jacket will be back soon with some very special stuff. John, producer Dave, are already privy to some of the top secret, horrific, and utterly insane stuff that's coming. And once again, I wanted to congratulate you on doing so many shows, going live for so long, and the new NBA segment.
Thank you, my friend, the Man in the Gold Jacket, guys, making his appearance finally, a long-awaited appearance here on Sports Static. Thank you again, my friend, and
Awesome.
I'm excited for what's coming. Very excited.
Tupac Shakur lives. Gracias. LeapAlive.com and Sports Static.
Thank you, my friend. We will talk soon. Ladies and gentlemen, there he is. The one and only, the man in the gold jacket. Sorry about the audio again, guys. Sorry about the audio. You know me. It's tough. Joe, we're already down, my friend, to the closing thoughts, Joe.
Closing thoughts. Let's talk about tonight's game, guys. Closing thoughts. Look, I think the Vikings run game, they're going to run the ball a lot with Dalvin Cook. I think Dalvin Cook has a huge game. Unfortunately for the Redskins, I think they get blown out tonight, sadly. But that run game, Dalvin Cook has a huge game. Kirk Cousins has a huge game. And Stephon Diggs has a huge game. Vikings all the way.
Vikings all the way. Wow. Vikings all the way. Guys, you already know what I'm going to do. I already showed you guys on my DraftKings what was going on in the DraftKings. You guys know I played it crazy. Producer Dave, before I get the hell out of here with this NBA sports show, is there anybody on that we need to be talking about? Cannot hear Producer Dave. Let's try. Where is Producer? Oh, that's why. Can we hear you now, Dave?
Can you hear me now?
Yep.
I can hear you now. Thank you.
All right. No, everything's quiet.
Everything is pretty quiet. Okay. I'm kind of gazing over some of our stuff here before I check out because I want to make sure that I'm kind of ready to go. But guys, just get ready, okay? I'm telling you, because this week's going to be another great week. We got 60 seconds here for the show. I want you guys, if you did not play, it's obviously the game's going on. I don't know what the scores are. Joe, do you got a quick score update here?
For the NFL, let's check it. It's
score
0-0 right now, just 3 minutes in. So
0-0, just 3 minutes in. It's going to get hot. Producer Dave, that's it for us here on the NFL show. We're getting ready to kick it off into the NBA, guys. So remember, every Thursday now, 7:30 is the NFL, 8:30 is the NBA. Peace out to you guys. We will see you soon. Thank you. Welcome to the new NBA Thursday Night Basketball Show. Guys, this show, brand new for you. And I mean, talk about being excited. Guys, we've been waiting for this show for quite a long time. Joe, how are you feeling with the new NBA show, my friend?
Ecstatic, John. This is gonna be a great show. There's good games on tonight too, man. Those Lakers and LeBron James are playing. Actually, they're not playing. They're playing tomorrow night. The Warriors are playing. So
the Warriors. Who are the Warriors playing?
Let's check who the Warriors are playing, John. Let's check right now. They're playing the Clippers, and we all saw that Lakers-Clippers game yesterday. Great game. Kawhi Leonard's looking good, man. Real good.
Kawhi looking good?
Yeah. He's looking real good. He was scoring a lot. And the funny thing is, the news nowadays is like, I guess Kawhi Leonard is the man now. He's the man over King James. So we're going to have to see how the season progresses.
First and foremost, I'm loving my new NBA sound score in the back. Because why? Because it's just got just enough on the backside of it. Okay? Just enough on the backside of it to sound right. I mean, Joe, it's smooth. And as the great late Stuart Scott would say, it's just as cool. Joe, that's what I'm talking about, Joe. It's just as cool as the other side of the pillow. I said, ooh, what? Because NBA's, it's not all this. NBA's like hip hop stuff too now. Come on now, if you're,
Yeah.
You go to NBA games, guys, and if you go to NBA games, I'm telling you, it is like entertainment. It is entertainment all the way, guys. If you haven't been to an NBA game, you got to go to an NBA game. So, Joe, do me a favor, bud. Talk to me about some of these games today.
All right. Well, the game that's going on right now, the Hawks and the Pistons. Look, guys, Trae Young is going off right now. I mean, coming up, young Trae Young, I think he's going to be just like Steph Curry. He's pulling up 40, 50 feet, walking at half court, pulling it from half court, swish. Great player, man. And then the Pistons, you got Blake Griffin. He's doing well. He's dunking all over everybody. We saw him dunk over that car in the dunk contest years back. I mean, he dunked over a Kia.
He did. That guy plays an aggressive style. I mean,
he does.
He plays an aggressive style of basketball.
I like him.
So, and it's really, what it is about Griffin. It's about keeping him healthy, Joe.
Yeah, he does have some injury problems, but if you keep that guy healthy, the Pistons could make the playoffs, really.
No, Joe, that's stretching it. Joe.
I know, but honestly,
when you're looking at the East, and I get what you're saying, Joe, because you're looking at the East right now.
Yeah.
And when you look at the East, okay, so first of all, who are the Celtics, Joe? Who's the Celtics, Joe?
Who are the Celtics, really?
Well, everybody wanted to say that it was Kyrie and that he was the poison and the sickness that was in there, right?
And guess what, John? Kyrie Irving, I got him on my fantasy team, just scored 50 points yesterday. 50. I mean, without Kevin Durant, Kyrie Irving is a great pickup in fantasy, but Boston Celtics, look, who do they got?
I mean, who
do this team? Who they got?
Now, here's the thing. I will tell you, okay, Joe, and let's get into this a little bit because what I do want to tell you is this. Remember, okay, in the 2017 season. Actually, we were 2019 and we finished it. But remember when Kyrie was out and the Celtics pushed into the playoffs. Okay?
Yep.
Remember that, Joe.
You're right.
Kyrie came back last year, and then Kyrie, man, did he start acting?
Yeah, he wanted out.
He
You
did
want it
want
out, John.
but I just didn't like the style, man. He was tearing that team apart.
Yeah, that's why I guess, he wanted to play with another star.
And then he made up with LeBron.
Yeah, it's
supposedly
weird.
they made up because then he kind of got what it is to lead a team, Joe. And a lot of people had that huge question mark about Kyrie Irving after last season or during last season is, wait a second. Kyrie wanted out of Cleveland. He wanted out from underneath
Weird.
LeBron's arm, LeBron's shadow, okay? And he wanted to be the team guy. He wanted to lead a team. And then guess what he found out, Joe?
Can't do it.
It's not that easy, is it?
No, it's not that easy. And it is kind of weird, honestly. And then he goes and joins forces with Kevin Durant, and he's going to be under Kevin Durant's wing now. So,
I mean, I hear you. It's just crazy because... But that's what he wants. He doesn't want to lead anyone. He figured it out, Joe, and that's why he reached out to LeBron James, and he made up on that thing. And then we didn't know, obviously, when that happened. Remember this offseason, Joe? We didn't know who was going where again. Again, we had that drama in the NBA. And I got to say, Joe, the NBA, man, they really know how to build the hype on on the way these picks goes, the draft, and where at all the trading. The trading in the NBA has been crazy over the last couple of years, Joe.
it has. And guess another star point guard just went to the Celtics, Kemba Walker. So we're gonna have to see how Kemba Walker does leading this team, because he's the man right now on this team.
Kemba Walker. Now, I mean, you may say he's the man on this Celtics team, but there's a couple of young bucks there that might have something to say about that, Joe.
Tatum
is the
Jaylen
one I
Brown.
think. Jaylen Brown. Tatum, to me, remember his push as a rookie, okay, the way that guy did. I want to go through a couple things, Joe. Just a couple quick things here, okay? And I want to look at something here. When we go ahead and we look, and I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to throw this up here for us, okay? But, Joe, when we go ahead and look at this, okay, and we're looking at the Eastern Conference, Joe, this Eastern Conference, ever since LeBron's been out of it, remember when LeBron was in the Eastern Conference and for like 14 years in a row you knew who was going to be, leading it? For 8 years in a row, LeBron James took whatever team he was on to the finals.
Yeah.
But
great.
14 years in a row, the guy was in the playoffs. Playoffs, but LeBron out of that opened it up, right?
Definitely.
It definitely opened it up. And then what did you get to see? And Joe, you and I on the early talking, I told you last year, Golden State does not win the title, and they won't win it because Kevin Durant will go down. And without Kevin Durant, Golden State can't win. Remember that conversation, Joe?
I did, and that was crazy. That was our first conversation John and I ever had.
It was. You didn't realize at that point that I had an hourglass, Joe. You did not know at that
that
point
was crazy.
that I had an hourglass.
Yeah, that was very weird.
But
Very
Joe,
weird.
I'm bringing this up because of the fact that I strongly believe this right now. That if LeBron James would have stayed in the Eastern Conference instead of going over west to the Lakers, that it would have been another LeBron team regardless of which one. If you would have had LeBron go to the Raptors instead of Kawhi, if you would have had LeBron go to the Celtics instead, it would have been another LeBron's James team coming out of the East. I strongly believe that. Toronto won last year and took it all the way because they didn't have to go into the playoffs and face a LeBron team on the East first.
You're totally right, John. And I agree with you, man. That Toronto Raptors team's good, but we're going to see how well they do without Kawhi Leonard.
Exactly. They're going to be the Toronto team that they've always been before that, Joe.
Yep.
That's who they're going to be. Now, and me saying that they wouldn't have done what they did if LeBron would have been in the East, but for no second here, guys, do not misinterpret what I'm saying. Kawhi Leonard is one badass basketball player. The boy can ball now, can he not, Joe?
Oh, he's a great player.
I'm not taking anything away from him. You guys see what he did with the Clippers the other night?
Yeah, I did, John. I mean, he was scoring, he was playing defense. Amazing player.
He is an amazing player. Joe, let's just real quick run through this East, okay?
Right.
Let's real quick run through this, Joe. You got the 76ers, okay?
Right.
Joe, what do you think? 76ers.
I think they win the East. Yeah.
Wow, Joe.
I think they win the East. I mean, who else?
Well, Joe, it's great that you're saying that, and I'll tell you why, Joe, because remember what's happened here is that Kyrie's going to be alone again, okay? He's going to be alone without KD.
Yeah, he is going to be alone without KD. Look, if KD was on Brooklyn...
You're going to say Brooklyn. I'm
Yeah.
guessing, Joe, you would say Brooklyn at that
Yeah,
point.
definitely.
Okay, and the Celtics, Joe, you're just not thinking the Celtics are going to be able to put it together and compete against a team like Philly.
No, just because I think they can compete against Philly. I just think Kemba Walker coming in for his first year, I don't think they'll be able to get it done, man. Ben Simmons, Joel Embiid, I thought they should have won that playoff series that they lost.
Yeah, I mean,
So-
and I agree with you. You know, Joe, they're talking about Simmons, and are we going to see an outside shot from this guy?
He hit like one 3-point shot in
preseason, Joe.
Yeah, we're not going
He
to see
didn't do it last night. He didn't pull the trigger last night, Joe.
No, we're not
This
going
is
to
a
see it.
Joe, and you correct me if I'm totally out in left field here. I think this has become a mental thing. I think it's really become a mental thing with this shot.
Yeah, me too. I mean, that's just not his strength. His strength is passing. That's his main strength, is passing the ball. So going down in transition and passing the ball is his strength, and he's going to stick to it.
Right. Producer Dave, do we got anybody commenting right now as far as the Facebook goes?
Everything is good right now. I'll let you know as soon as somebody jump in.
Just chime right in. We quieted them down when we shifted gears and went NBA, didn't we, Joe?
It's a brand new thing.
We definitely quieted him down, man. It's brand new.
It is brand new, but we got a lot to talk about in NBA, Joe. Joe, how long I've been waiting for this? I'm so excited about it. I mean, just look, even going through the Eastern Conference right now, is that not fun for you, Joe?
Oh, it's exciting, man.
I mean, come on. So, Joe, now, just since I opened up here, Joe, and looked at this Eastern Conference, Joe, I totally get it. Right now, I totally get it. I'm still trying to acclimate myself to NBA. We're in night 2 of the NBA. But, Joe, I get exactly what you're talking about when you say the 76ers are coming out of the East.
Look, it's going to be between the Milwaukee Bucks and the Philadelphia 76ers.
And that's what I was thinking is the Bucks, because don't forget about the freak, the Greek.
Oh, yeah, he's
because
ridiculous.
he developed something that Simmons wish he could.
That's a jump shot.
He developed that jump shot, and I don't know. Did you see the Greek freak in preseason this year at all?
I saw him a little bit. I did. And he's looking good, man. He goes in transition, and he's a 6'11", 7-foot guy.
Yeah,
So
and a physical phenom at that. A physical phenom. This guy, the way he moves, Joe, when he gets in the paint is just, the guy is physical.
yeah, and he's so long that it only takes him 2 steps to get to the
From the
basket.
free throw.
Yeah, the guy has the potential to be, just one of the best.
He is. So Joe, for me, that's where I really see the East is. I see that East, the 76ers, the Bucks. Detroit, Joe, I want to so bad, Joe. I am
Yeah.
from the era. I lived in Detroit
Yep.
when they went on their run. Okay, the Detroit Bad Boys, Isaiah Thomas, Joey Dumars, Bill Lambier, John Selly, Dennis the Worm, Vinny the Microwave Johnson. I was there for that. Wow. I mean, Detroit basketball, as a kid, playing ball out on the streets, I had this big guy over there, and I didn't think anything of it now, but when I think of it now, when I was a young teenager, 13, 14, 15, again, I came out there in the same hood when I was 18, kind of the music like this. You know,
Yeah,
this is
John.
my...
Yeah, John.
This is my Detroit style. Joe, join in with me on this. See, Joe, you can't even help but moving over there. I see you, my friend. Anyway, out there
Yeah.
in the hood, all right?
Yeah.
And you know the boys in the hood are always hard, all right? But I'm in the hood, and this guy taught me Detroit style basketball, Joe. And I didn't know what that was. I'm out there as a young cat, Detroit style basketball, and he's, give me the ball. And I'm behind him, guard me. I'm posting up, Johnny. I'm posting up. Turns around for a layup over my head. Oh, blood, Joe. Blood, and that's Detroit style basketball,
I
Johnny.
like Detroit style basketball.
And Joe, you know, Bill Lambier and all them, Detroit style basketball, that's what I grew up playing. Joe, I moved to Florida, and I brought some Detroit style basketball here in Florida. And man, talk about getting a freaking timeout.
Oh,
I was
man.
sitting on some pine. They weren't having that in high school over here, Joe.
They'll give you a text right away, John.
Dude, Detroit style basketball was not working down south down here.
No.
It was not working at all. Anyway, moving along. Man, Joe, I can't even tell you how excited I am to be talking basketball, Joe.
Man.
And we got 82 games, now 81 games. After tonight, we're into 80 games left, Joe. We got a road ahead of us, okay?
I'm excited, man. There you go.
Joe, and I'm telling you, man, it don't get any better than this music going on. Break out the horns. All right, so,
There's
guys,
a dog
if you don't... Yes, sir.
What?
Producer Dave?
Yeah.
Nothing?
Sorry, what?
Anything in the house?
Nope. Just
Okay.
sending links, and we got the Men in the Gold Jacket share our feed, so that's awesome as well. So we want to ask everybody to just share with their friends.
Share with your friends. Guys, NBA is all hip-hop, music, and everything. Like, don't forget about that. When you're watching this, it's all about the movement. Keep it moving. So, Joe, I'm going to just let everybody right now know and understand this so that everybody gets it right now. The Cleveland Cavaliers
Oh,
will
man.
suck squirrel nuts this year, Joe. And I don't know why everybody always thinks it's bad when I say something like that, Joe, but, I mean, what do squirrels eat?
Nuts.
So, the Cleveland Cavaliers are going to suck squirrel nuts. And that's just as simple as it gets, Joe. You know it is.
Man.
Joe, the only thing that you gotta not love about that is if you're Kevin Love. I mean, Joe.
Hey, man. They have a good point guard. They got Darius Garland. He's a good point guard. I like him. But yeah.
Dude, the Cavaliers are gonna suck.
Well, I
What are
mean,
they gonna suck?
Maybe they like squirrel nuts, John.
Maybe they do. Maybe they do
They
like.
should bring a squirrel to be their mascot.
We
And then
can-
they'll have a nut. They'll just throw it. The fans will throw them nuts.
That's a good one. As I look at this, okay, so you're looking at this and you're thinking, okay, Cleveland Cavaliers are going to suck. What do you think, Joe, about those? The greatest NBA player, arguably, will be forever the GOAT, Michael Jordan.
Yeah.
What do you think about those Charlotte Hornets? Don't you think that after all this time, you should take a little bit more pride in your name when it comes to basketball, Mr. Michael Jordan, billionaire, and throw some loot down and build a championship team, the pedigree which you know, the pedigree which you came from, Mr. Michael Jordan? Can you tag Michael Jordan, producer Dave? Can you please tag MJ? Can you please tag Michael Jordan? Because I'm sorry that nobody's saying it, Joe, but I'm going to say it right now. The greatest basketball player of any era, Michael Jordan, number 23, Chicago Bulls, 6 rings. 6 rings, probably would have been 6 rings in a row, Joe, if he didn't think he could hit a baseball.
You're right, John. And guess what? I'm looking at this Charlotte Hornets roster. You know, they picked up Terry Rozier. I think that's a good pickup, and I think they're a good draft pick. They've been wrong on draft picks, John. I think Michael Kidd-Gilchrist was a bust. He was a bust. But P.J. Washington, I think he's going to be good for the Charlotte Hornets.
But what is it about Michael Jordan?
Man, I'm telling you that Michael Jordan, it's funny how that works, John. It's weird how it works. It's always the greatest players are always like the worst owners or general managers, and Michael Jordan, I guess he just hasn't figured it out, man.
Well, as far as wins go, we don't know how much money he's making. He might be laughing all the way to the bank saying, what are you guys talking about? I'm a businessman, and I'm banking. I am banking, so I don't know what you guys are talking about. This is business, and my business is doing pretty good, and I'm a billionaire. But as far as wins and losses going and taking your team to the promised land that only you know on that team and have experienced that 6 times, I said, the pedigree that you understand, Mr. Jordan. Now, let me ask you, Joe, what is it in the NBA that Kevin Durant, Kyrie Irving, there a strew of others, Kawhi Leonard's, Anthony Davis's, LeBron James wouldn't want to go play for MJ? What's going on there?
Team sucks.
Yeah, but you get a team sucks because of the players that you have on it, and the good players are somewhere else. So what is it that Michael Jordan's not throwing the hook out there to lure him? He doesn't want to pay it, or they don't want to play for his team, Joe?
Yeah, I don't think they want to play for him. I mean, Michael Jordan has a big ego, man. And look what he just said to Steph Curry. He said Steph Curry's not a Hall of Famer right now? A 2-time MVP?
Hang on.
Unanimous MVP? Oh, John.
He did say yet. And
okay,
Steph Curry, class act, Joe. Steph Curry's a class act.
Definitely. I mean, personally, I think he's a Hall of Famer now. Greatest three-point shooter I've ever seen. 2-time MVP. 3-time NBA champion. He's a Hall of Famer right now.
So I guess what Michael Jordan was kind of attaining to was the fact that now let's see what he does. Now let's see what he does when he doesn't have this and he doesn't have that and doesn't have this. But you know what? Even though he said that, Joe, screw you, MJ. I mean, your ego is out of control because who in that EFF?
Yeah.
Who in the hell do you think you're talking to? We remember I watched you play, MJ, and what are you thinking, that you didn't have a supporting cast year in and year out, Michael Jordan? Scottie Pippen, Kerr, Paxton,
he had Rodman
Grant.
also.
Huh?
He had Rodman there, too.
He had Rodman. Dennis the word Rodman. The guy got you the ball every time you were down there. You want to talk about getting some offensive and defensive rebounds? Dennis the word Rodman? Hello? So, Michael Jordan, what are you talking about? That if you would have retired when you did, after 3 championships, Michael Jordan, after 3 championships, you went and played baseball. You retired. That you wouldn't have been a Hall of Famer after those 3?
No.
You think about that, Joe?
Yeah, I mean, Totally, John. I completely agree.
And we all know it, don't we, Joe? I mean, we really do know. Steph Curry right now retires right now. He's a Hall of Fame player.
Oh, yes. Definitely. No doubt about it. I mean, best three-point shooter we've ever seen. He changed the game, John. I mean, he completely changed the game, just like Michael Jordan did. He changed the game. All the kids want to be like Steph Curry. All the kids are improving their three-point shot now. I mean, if you completely change the game, you're a Hall of Famer.
Of course, one of my favorite three-point shooters, Hall of Famer, Ray Allen.
Yep, Ray Allen. Ray Allen. But the thing about Ray Allen and Steph Curry, Ray Allen's a great spot-up shooter. Steph Curry can take it off the dribble and shoot the three and spot up. So that's the difference.
Great point. And the movement, I mean, I just got to say, the movement without the ball.
Right.
You know, Joe, people miss that. Joe, you played ball in high school. And, Joe, I don't know if you guys were coached that way, but it just seems like some of these players, they miss that sometimes, that so much of the game, Joe. And Joe, I referenced the NBA, and I didn't want to go apples and oranges last week, but I did kind of refer to that with the receivers in the NFL, that they run their route and they stop and they're standing there.
Yep.
But like the NBA, Joe, it's what you do when you don't have the ball. And I was referring to that these receivers should act like maybe a Steph Curry on what you do when your route's over and you see a quarterback rolling out. But, Joe, do you agree? And how were you coached? Just even in the lower level of high school basketball, yep. Joe, without the ball, how were you coached?
Yeah, definitely you have to move without the ball. Constant movement makes the defense work. So if you move without the ball, eventually you're going to get open. They send off-ball screens, flare screens for you. So, yeah, you follow what Ray Allen, if you've seen Ray Allen play and you've seen Steph Curry play, they're constantly moving, and that's why they score a lot.
I completely 100% agree with you, and I think Steph Curry staying healthy this year, I'm saying, because he's going to have quite the workload on this one, Joe. But staying healthy, I think Steph Curry's going to put up some amazing numbers once again. We're going to see that. What do you think about the, here's a couple teams for you, Joe. The Indiana Pacers, how did they look to you last year?
Good. Without Victor Oladipo, this team's good.
They are good, and they're kind of going under the radar to where people are talking. Okay, so people are talking about the Philadelphia 76ers. People are talking about not so much Toronto anymore, but they're talking about Milwaukee Bucks.
Yeah, they're good too.
But the Pacers looked good, and remember now, they had a key player go down, Joe.
Yeah, Oladipo was an all-star.
And he went down, and if he didn't, Joe, I see them pushing deep, and that could have turned out way different.
Oh, I completely agree. You're totally right. It would be way different. They would have went deep in the playoffs.
It would have went totally different. So, kind of as we're skimming here through this, one other thing we forgot about. Remember, we had a key guy leave the Sixers, Joe.
Who's that?
Had
JJ Redick.
And one more.
Markelle Fultz.
And here, it's crazy that team was what built the way they were. Butler.
Jimmy Butler, yeah, you're right.
Butler.
And he went to Miami. Yeah, he went to Miami.
Took his talent south to South Beach and went to Miami. Isn't it crazy the depth they had? They really dropped the ball.
They did, honestly. Wow.
I mean, they dropped the ball.
I mean, imagine if they kept Jimmy Butler with Simmons and Embiid.
Hello?
Wow.
I know. So, but Miami isn't going to do anything, dude.
No, they're not.
Miami's not going to, I'm sorry. Miami's not going to do anything.
Or Orlando.
Orlando's got a better chance to do something. They're young, Joe.
I like Orlando. They're my favorite team. But
I like going. I haven't been to a Magic game in years. But I used to go every month, man. I'd hit at least one game a month.
Yeah, I love my Magic, so definitely root hard for them. I go to a couple games, man. I need to go to more, but
I'm guilty of going to Magic games when they're playing people I want to see. I saw Shaq. I saw Kobe. I saw LeBron. You know, man, when I saw Kobe, oh my God. I watched that guy warm up, Kobe Bryant, in his warm-ups. And Joe, I watched him hit like 20 shots in a row in his warm-up.
wow.
Okay? Net.
Wow. Yeah, Kobe Bryant, amazing player, man. One of the best scorers we've ever seen in the NBA. Probably right next to Michael Jordan in an assassin's mentality. So, I love Kobe Bryant.
Yeah, I'd want the ball in his hand. If you start giving me those players on, here you go.
Yeah,
You got 7 seconds on the clock, okay? You're down by 2, not down by 1, okay? Actually, you know, you're down by 3. You need a 3-pointer to tie it. Where's the ball going, Joe? Anybody, and I'm talking any era, Joe.
Kobe.
And that's what's crazy, even when you think about it. It would be close for me between Kobe and Curry.
Yep, I was going to say the same thing.
Here's the thing, though. I don't think Curry's as cold-blooded
No.
as the Black Mamba.
Now, Curry's... He's a little soft.
He's paying too much attention, I think, to chewing on his mouth. Hanging out the side of his mouth, I said.
Yeah.
And you're right, a little soft, but that killer instinct,
Kobe,
that cold-blooded one, like the great Stuart Scott would say, Kobe Bryant in clutch was as cool as the other side of the pillow. And, I mean, you wanted the ball in his hand, Joe.
You definitely wanted Kobe to have the ball. I mean, we saw... How many game winners has the guy hit? I mean,
my God,
so
endless.
many.
If you watch the highlight reel of him.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. The shots he makes, the difficulty of the shots the guy makes, 2 people, 3 people, right in his face, fade away, jump shot, swish.
So now that we're talking about Mr. Kobe, why don't we just go right ahead, Joe, and head over to the Western Conference, and we'll take a look over here on the Western Conference here.
Yeah.
All right? The Suns, the Nuggets, the Spurs, the Clippers, the Jazz, the Mavericks,
Good
the
teams.
Timberwolves, the Thunder, Trailblazers, Lakers, Kings, Pelicans,
Wow.
Grizzlies, Warriors, and Houston. Joe,
Yeah, this is going to be really
what
tough.
a difference right there. When I just run through the West, Joe, can you believe that difference, Joe, just in the West right there that you're hearing these stacked teams you're talking about? Man, it's going to be a battle, Joe.
This conference is stacked.
All right, Joe, so let's right away, let me get the top 5, Joe, in your order.
Okay.
The top, now
Oh,
I'm
in
not
my order.
saying
No
now,
order?
in your order, Joe,
okay.
starting from the 5th worst out of your top 5, and this is 40 games in. I'm
Okay,
talking
let me see the...
at 40 games in. I'm gonna throw this up, and I hope you can see it good on the big screen.
Okay,
Joe.
number 5.
So now, Joe, if you were to pick the top 5 teams halfway through the season, where they would be, top 5, I want you to start at number 5.
Okay, number 5, I'm going with the San Antonio Spurs.
You know, Joe, that's a good pick because I don't care what's going on. If you've got Pop as the coach
Yep.
on that team, you're
Completely
going to be a top 5 team.
I completely agree, John. I mean, they have really good players, young players right now. I think their point guard, DeJounte Murray, young guy. I think he can grow to be a really good player. They have, they got solid forwards, solid wings, and with Coach Pop there, they have to be in my top 5.
And that's a smart thing to say because we just know the best coach in the NBA is Pop, hands down, and that's just the way it is.
So,
He's a genius. Number 4, Joe, you're number 4.
okay, I'm going to go with the Denver Nuggets at number 4.
I like that pick, Joe.
Yeah, Jokic, Jamal Murray. Oh man, let me tell you guys something. Jamal Murray is really good.
Yeah.
He's really one of the best point guard scorers I've ever seen. I mean, and it's only his second year.
Looked brilliant last year.
Yeah, he's amazing.
And opened everybody's eyes up to, wow, something that we can start to build on around here, and that's what's important. So, Joe, your number 3 team halfway through the season will be
The Houston Rockets.
Wait a man, I gotta pump the brakes here, Joe. You're taking Houston Rockets as your number 3 team, Joe?
Definitely. You got Russell Westbrook. You got James.
No, I'm
Harden.
just wondering why they're number 3.
Oh, well, yeah, I think they're number 3, man. The thing is, this is the main reason why they're number 3. You can't win a championship with Russell Westbrook. You can't. You can go deep into the playoffs.
Whoa, Joe, all right, Joe, starting the show
I'm
off.
telling you right now.
Joe, for the first NBA show right now, starting this off, wow, you're throwing it out there and you're saying flat out that it's Russell Westbrook that has stopped the championships from coming.
Especially with 2 ISO guys.
Yeah, but look, Joe, just for the sake of Russell Westbrook here.
He's a great player, but
Kevin Durant would not have won a championship without Curry, okay? And as a matter of fact,
he lost with Westbrook.
Was that?
He lost with Westbrook,
and I know, but he didn't. Russell Westbrook's not a deep threat, but we got to see what Kevin Durant's going to do without Curry. Because that is a threat. Remember who we're talking about when you said it early in the show, Joe. You said that Curry changed the game. No matter what, you have to run and chase Curry, because if he touches the ball for a split second, Joe, and throws it up, the chances of it, and it's ridiculous. When he touches the ball, you just look away, Joe. He looks away, Joe.
Yeah, he's greatest shooter ever.
So that to me is that what I'm saying is an unfair comparison as far as who, like Russell Westbrook, Curry. Russell Westbrook outside of the 3-point line isn't the threat. Not even close.
No.
Okay, so, but man, look, don't forget who Russell Westbrook just teamed up with. He just now teamed up with Harden, who is that dangerous from the arc outside.
You're right, but we've seen it before. That's the thing. Like, of course, these guys have improved, but we've seen it before. And, they have Eric Gordon. Look, this team's really talented. They're going to make the playoffs. They're going to go deep in the playoffs.
I mean, I like that you're saying they're at 3.
But I think they're at 3. Personally, I think they're at 3.
And I'm sure once you tell us 2 and 1, it's going to make a lot more sense to me why you're saying 3. But it's just such a tough. The Western Conference is so tough, Joe. And that's what's got me here right now. So, Joe, you're number 3 here.
Yeah, so my number 3 was the Rockets. My number 2.
Or 2, yes, 2.
Los Angeles Lakers.
The Los Angeles Lakers coming in at number 2. And that scares me for a second because, Joe, I have a real good feeling that you're telling me the Clippers are going to be the number 1 team halfway through the season.
Yeah, I think the Clippers are. I'm only picking the Lakers at number 2 because I think that the Anthony Davis and LeBron James are going to take and that team as well is going to take a little while to mesh together and build that chemistry. But, I mean, they could be number 1, man. Once the coaching gets better, Rondo's going to take over the point guard position. Anthony Davis is a monster. LeBron's a monster. They've got Kyle Kuzma. They got Danny Green. Danny Green. I mean, this team is loaded.
How about those Trailblazers?
Oh, wow. Well, yeah, man. They could be 5 also.
Did they not look impressive? Did they not show their ass?
Forgot about them.
So now what I'm going to do is give you my 5.
Okay.
And my 5 is going to start out with the Trailblazers.
Yeah.
Okay? My number 4 spot is going to go to the Golden State Warriors.
Oh, I didn't even pay.
Okay.
Yeah.
My number 3 spot is going to go to the Los Angeles Lakers. They still need a little help.
Yeah.
My number 2 spot is going to go to the Clippers.
Oh, no.
And the number 1 spot is going to be Harden,
Oh, no.
teamed up with a man that I think deserves it more than anybody, the work he's put in.
Yeah.
Russell Westbrook is a hard-playing guy, night in, night out. You can never say that guy's not giving you his all, night in, night out, Joe. Now, we're talking halfway through, Joe.
Okay. Yeah.
Now,
halfway
if you
through.
want to know
Okay.
what I think, Joe, coming into the playoffs, my sheet looks a lot different after that, Joe. So, Joe, when I come into the playoffs, would you like to know what I think about that?
Yeah.
Coming off of half season and finishing up those last 41 games, I'm going to have my number 5 spot will be the Golden State Warriors, Joe. My
like
number 4 spot, Joe, is going to be the Portland Trailblazers. My number 3 spot, Joe, is going to be the Lakers. The number
okay.
2 spot will be the Clippers, and number 1 will be the Rockets.
Wow.
I know.
I don't know about that one.
Well, what was it last year? And last year you had Kevin Durant on the Golden State Warriors.
Yeah. I mean, look, man, we've seen
Where were the Rockets last year, Joe?
losing again in
Prior to that, we're talking going into the playoffs.
Yeah, they were the best team. They were the best team.
Yep. And now they got Russell Westbrook.
Well, we got to see in the playoffs, man. They got to prove it to me in the playoffs, and I just don't think with Russell Westbrook and James Harden, they both play ISO basketball. I don't think it works. So we'll see how it goes.
No doubt about it, Joe. It is going to be interesting, and I'm excited to see it. The Atlanta Hawks 98 right now. Live games. The Atlanta Hawks 98. The Detroit Pistons are got 92. Now it's the Hawks 100 and the Pistons 92. The Hawks are trying to pull on the Pistons. We're halftime with the Bucks losing. 66-50. The Rockets, Joe.
60. Oh wow.
The
Wow.
Rockets.
Let me check these stats real quick, John. I mean, Giannis has 10. Patrick Connaughton has 10 points, but James Harden has 15. PJ Tucker has 11. Russell Westbrook's not doing much. He only has 5 points. But yeah, I mean the Rockets beating the Bucks pretty bad. I mean they look good, man. I mean they look good.
I mean, we're talking about.
It's just the first game though, so.
It's the first game, okay, but still, you're talking about the Bucks, so it's still good. So, Joe, first NBA show right here on Sports Static. Joe, this is going to be exciting for us, man. How you feeling, dude? I mean, it's going to be a regular thing here, Joe.
I like it, man.
It's going to be awesome, is it not?
I love it. I enjoy talking basketball. It is awesome.
It is going to be awesome. So, guys, what we want to do is invite you guys for this every Thursday at 8:30, the NBA show. Once these games start picking up, this is going to be a great show. We're going to get some other guests in here. We're going to ask you guys to comment like we had before. This NBA show that we're doing, guys, different than others. If you have not watched our football show, the difference between this is this show is all about the fans. That's you guys. You're throwing it back to us. We're fans, and then we're throwing it back to you. Is that night right, Joe? This is all about the fans.
It is all about the fans. We need you guys to call in. And Brandon, if you're watching the show, I tell you to call in every week, and you don't call in.
What is the matter with you, Brandon?
Brandon, are you scared? You got little, a little afraid, huh?
What's up with that, Brandon?
Come on,
Why aren't
Brandon.
you calling in? I mean, come on now.
Every time you're going on a date with your girlfriend, how many dates you go on, man? Every Thursday you go on a date? Is that why? Every Thursday? Same place? Same food? Really.
Brandon, he is calling you out. Anyway, guys, I want you guys to remember this show is all about you. So you're going to comment in. You can call in. If you go into the Sports Static page, Dave, the producer Dave, is going to throw a link up for you where you can go over to the Leap Alive page and register, guys. Register to be part of the show. Joe, your final thoughts as we cash out here on the new Sports Static NBA show every Thursday at 8:30 p.m. Joe.
Final thoughts. I got the Warriors tonight, and I'm going to make a bold prediction, man.
Talk to me.
Probably shouldn't make it the first night, but LeBron James gets another MVP.
Wow, that is bold and a great way to close the show. And you know what? I agree with you. I don't know what anybody was thinking, Joe. LeBron James is still the best player in the NBA. What are you guys thinking?
Yep.
He's a coach when he's on the floor, Joe.
Completely agree.
The man plays with patience and intelligence. He knows the game of basketball. The only one who probably knows the game of basketball better than him is Pop, the coach for the Spurs. He knows the game, Joe.
Oh, he knows it.
In my opinion, that's what makes him the best player. And everybody said he's lost a step. Well, obviously, he should have lost a step, but he makes up for it in brains, Joe.
Pop knows it like the back of his hand, John.
Now, guys, I will see you next Thursday, 7:30 p.m. Joe, enjoy the rest of the Thursday football. We'll see you on the football show, 10:30 a.m. on Sunday, Joe.
See you then, John.
Peace out, my friends. Peace out, my fans. We are going to leave you until Sunday football show. That Sunday football show comes on at 10:30 Sunday. Everybody, enjoy your Football Thursday.